Boo, boo, kids. You're listening to a couple of spooky annoyed grunt boys, and this is the 138th Simpsons podcast.
The Simpsons.
That's right. We're the spookishly delightful podcast that discusses the delightfully spooky, delicious, funny show called The Simpsons. From seasons 11 and beyond, and the newest ones when they air. But this week is not a new episode, so we had to go with Wheel of Random. Wheel of Random is an entity that trapped us and forced us to watch episodes in this manner because plenty of other podcasts have discussed the Golden Age, that means seasons with or 10. So we're tasked to find if any episodes from the latter seasons can match those Golden Age episodes we all know and love. I say we because I don't do this alone. I'm the one annoyed spooky boy named Cookie Craig. With me, as always, is the other spooky silly boy,
Freaky Steve.
All right. How the fuck are you?
Doing just fine.
I'm playing Hurt today, folks.
Not the Nine Inch Nails song or the Johnny Cash cover.
Right. I'm very low energy. I hope that won't come out when this episode airs. Like, hopefully it sounds like I'm not hurt, but full disclosure is a movie, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Okay. Full disclosure for this. Playing Hurt because as of this record, it's Monday, February 9th. And Steve, yesterday was a Sunday, February 8th.
This is usually how it follows.
And as a huge fan of the football team Seattle Seahawks, as I talk about all the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
We won the Super Bowl. Why I say we? Because I'm part of the team. I'm number 12. I'm 12 fan.
Sure.
And so we had a Super Bowl party last night, and Steve and wife were in attendance, so thank you for joining us.
A lovely time. Thank you for having us.
But I spent, I don't know, I drank a lot, which is obvious. But I'm not, it's not the headache hangover type of thing, it's just the grogginess.
Mm-hmm.
And like where there's so much to clean up, and I'm like, I just don't want to do anything today. So yeah, it's been a rough day. That's all I got to say.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I will say that, you worked very hard and you had lots of great food and it was all very delicious and you were great hosts and you're always a great host on the podcast, but at home too? Wow.
Yeah, how come you didn't co-host my party, Steve?
I'm sorry.
You did bring, you and your wife brought treats over, which is nice because I had a lot of the savory, salty, but Steve brought over the sweet treats. And you made homemade, Rice Krispie squares, but like a really good s'mores Rice Krispie square, which I don't like s'mores, but I liked what you made.
Oh, thank you.
And then the candy bars. Describe the candy bars.
So this is actually related to the podcast because I don't remember what we were talking about, but we were talking about the Payday candy bar. And you said, I'd really like a dark chocolate Payday candy bar. So I thought, well, what the hell? I'll make some. So I made some dark chocolate Payday candy bars. So I took the classic Payday candy bar recipe and I dipped it in chocolate. And hopefully they turned out edibly.
Oh yeah, they were a hit.
Thank you. Yeah.
I loved it. I would rather eat that than a packaged candy bar. Like I was describing, like you could just taste the freshness of it. Like you could taste the ingredients. Whereas like, when you have like a candy bar, like, yeah, I think this is chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what this nougat is. And this caramel, is it caramel? And are these nuts? I don't know what I'm eating. And then it turns out I'm just eating my hand.
And Dee's nuts.
Dee did bring her nuts over and we enjoyed Dee's nuts.
Thank you, Dee. Nothing like your nuts in my mouth.
I love my nuts on your mouth. Okay, Dee, why? Yeah, I don't know why she's still here. Take it a go. All right. Dee just likes to hang out in the studio.
Of course, yeah.
But I'm glad you came. I hope you had fun. It was a very boring game. I'll admit that.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem too is like I never watch the commercials because usually I try to watch the game, but then we're just all chatting and drinking, so I'm like barely paid attention to a lot of the stuff.
It seemed all really gross and very AI heavy.
The game or the commercials?
Yes, mostly the commercials. Yeah.
Yeah. AI's here. We can't stop it. We're gonna have to just accept it, I guess. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
mm-hmm.
Now I'm not gonna bow down to the AI overlords until I have to. But
we got a whole 6 to 8 months before that happens.
Until the AI says, one of us. Gabba Gabba Hey.
We accept you. We accept you.
That reminds me, Steve, we're going to be talking about The Simpsons today, our Treehouse of Horror 24.
Ooh.
You know, Steve, it aired October 6th, 2013. Can you
yes.
remember what life was like in 2013?
I'm thinking back to that time, and it was a simpler time. Some would argue a better time.
Yeah, thanks, Obama.
No, really, thank you, Obama.
A simpler time, like, yeah, I can't remember 2013 either. I don't even know where I was. Where was I? I was here. Okay. Were we doing the podcast yet? No, not yet.
Not yet.
But were you in the theater? I have a feeling you might have been, maybe not this week, but I'm certain you saw. Did you see it with me or no, I didn't see it with you.
No, I saw this with my not then wife.
Your ex-girlfriend.
Yes, my ex-girlfriend, who I married.
All right.
Yes.
So what was the number one movie in the box office?
Why, it was Gravity.
Spoilers, George Clooney was dead the whole time.
Whoa. Didn't get the gravity of that situation.
Yeah, I remember this came out like, it was like, you got to see it in IMAX, right? That was the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was fine. It wasn't like 3D IMAX, was it? Or was... I think I did see it in 3D.
I think I saw it at an IMAX, but not in 3D. But I was still impressed with it because it does have some fun visuals.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a movie I'd go back and watch again because I saw it, you know? It's not like...
I was thinking about that, like how visually stunning it was. And it's like, this was a good movie that I never need to watch again.
I mean, I have like a nice setup in my house of the surround sound and the TV, but yeah, I could put it on, but I don't think I'm going to.
The sound, though, was very loud, and it just came to my ears like a large round object. But the visuals, also great. It's kind of like I had the best of both worlds.
It's maybe my destiny to watch it again.
And it'll put a smile on your face.
And an erection in your pants. Steve, what was the song of the hot Billboard of the week?
Why, that was Wrecking Ball by Miley Smiley Cyrus.
I'm sorry, her name's Destiny.
I'm sorry.
Or Hannah.
Either way, it's clear that she is like a lady or just some sort of like in the kingdom or queendom of music history.
Well, there's because she's from a famous singing dad who's MAGA.
I say no kings.
Right. But if you were an Australian woman and you saw a picture of a George Brett baseball card because he played for Kansas City, what would you call that song for the hot rock alternative?
That would be Royals by Lorde. And one time I saw her in concert, and then I got an ice cream cone, and I got a hot dog, and then I saw a puppy with a fluffy tail, and I'm like, wow, this evening is one that I enjoy.
And then Darth Vader's like, look, you're Brian.
Exactly. No.
See, what was the hot country song? This is probably the worst one we've done. I mean, like, not the songs, like our bits. These are the worst ones. Because I'm playing Hurt. I can't think.
It's okay, because that's My Kind of Night by Luke Bryan. But, Craig, after all this, we might not always be great, but I think we still are doing an okay job, and we deserve our flowers. Like, we deserve praise. We deserve claps. And whether it be from the lords or the women, they make us crazy, but I still like them.
Sorry, I was watching the Bad Bunny Super Bowl performance again. There was a woman that made an appearance. Who is that?
That old Hispanic lady with the shot of rum?
No, the blonde Italian woman.
Oh, of course. That would be...
Yeah, what was the hot dance electric song of that week?
That would be Applause by Lady Gaga.
I thought it was Applesauce.
Oh, you're right. Mott's.
You know what? All but one songs on this list are bangers in my book.
You don't like Wrecking Ball?
I knew you were going to go there. I don't know what My Kind of Love is by Luke Bryan.
I don't know.
But I love Wrecking Ball and Royals and Applause. What a fun week for music for me. I probably was listening to all of them.
Good time to be alive.
Good times for us all. Steve, let's just get on with this week's episode. We are talking about Treehouse of Horror 24. We got 3 segments, of course. There's the Places You Do. It's a kind of hot parody. Then we have Dead and Shoulders, which I believe is a parody of a movie called, that's just a parody of Head on Shoulders type of things. There's movies that have made that, and The Simpsons even made that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we got Freaks, No Geeks, which is a parody of the 1930s film Freaks. So, Steve, I want you to strap on your strap
Okay.
and enter the Treehouse of Horror, where you'll be horrified.
Yikes!
But before we are horrified, we're going to take a little break and then be horrors.
Yikes! Sounds good.
Sounds good indeed. We'll be right back.
Oh, the fat in the hat doesn't care what moms say. The minute they leave you, he'll take you away. His breakfast is dinner, his dinner's dessert. You might see his name on an Amber Alert.
And we're back. Today we're talking about Treehouse of Horror 24. It's the second episode of the 25th season. It's episode 532 in the show's run. The original air date was October 6, 2013. The nerd code is RABF16. Written by Jeff Westbrook. Directed by Rob Oliver. Showrunner Al Jean.
Alrighty, Jeff Westbrook, TV writer, best known for his work on The Simpsons and Futurama. And for Futurama, he's gotten a 3-time WGA award. And so far, he's written 28 episodes of The Simpsons, including the recent Severance, the Severance parody. And this is the 18th of his that we've talked about, including On a Clear Day, I Can See My Sister, our 319th episode, the compilation The Weirdest Stories Ever Told, Kill Bill, Volumes 1 and 2, which we liked, No Alone Again Naturally, Pranks and Greens, The Nedliest Catch, Ned and Ed's Blend Agenda, The Wreck of the Relationship, Let's Go Fly a Coot, The Road to Cincinnati, of course, the a great Chalmers episode, Girls Just Shawna Have Fun, another Chalmers episode, Pin Gal, Clown V, Board of Education, another Treehouse of Horror, Shoddy Heat, Full Heart Empty Pool, and as mentioned, Severance.
Oh, yeah. We've got 10 more.
It's not a 10 more.
But of course, we'll probably keep writing because he is a current writer.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, I know there's 3 segments, but really, this introduction is its own segment because it's directed by Master of Horror, the cinema.
Mm.
He's more than a horror director, right?
I would say so. I think he adds horror flair to non-horror movies. Like if you take like Hellboy or Pinocchio.
Steve, heck boy, please. We don't.
I'm
swear
sorry,
on this
sorry.
podcast.
Heck, man-child.
Is this before Shape of Water?
This is around Shape of Water, but probably before.
That's the fish fucker movie, right?
Please, aquatic animal fucker movie.
Paddington's mom fucks a fish.
That's a great sentence, and I was there for it because that was a great movie. That kind of came out in 2017, so 4 years after this movie.
But yeah, so Del Toro directed this intro, which is just the classic Simpsons intro, but with a lot of cameos from famous horror people, a lot of monsters. It's like almost 3 minutes long. So I would consider this a segment, or not. I certainly had a lot of fun watching it.
I would too, and I think for the viewer, it's worth your time to just go and see how many Easter eggs to not only Guillermo del Toro's films, but also other references, because there's tons of Stephen King references, Hitchcock references. There's so many Easter eggs, you can make a lot of Easter omelets.
The death and destruction is fun. I love seeing Ralph get his head chopped off and then slam on Jebediah's head is on Ralph.
Mm-hmm. I like Carl as Blade cutting off Lenny's head.
But I like how he's like pulls the mustache out of his pocket.
Mm-hmm. And of course we have Burns as Old Eye Hands himself from Pan's Labyrinth.
We still do have a chalkboard gag. Bart does write all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. But then we see Stephen King write the same text on the walls behind him. So there's a cameo, even though it's, not actually Stephen King there.
Right. We get Cthulhu, another cameo. And then we get a bunch of Masters of Horror from Poe to others. Maybe some, who's that racist guy who makes Cthulhu?
Who's that racist guy that makes Cthulhu? Oh.
H.P. Lovecraft, that's who it is. Yeah, he's there.
Who's that racist guy? Okay.
He's a horrible racist.
I didn't know that, Steve.
Yeah, that's why Lovecraft Country was a show featuring people of color, because it's fuck you, because he wrote a lot of things that people like, and like he shaped horror forever, but also was like really into eugenics and hating black people.
I'm into newgenics, not eugenics.
I'm into megenics.
Isn't eugenics that like
Oh yeah,
boner pill thing that sports people indoors?
yeah. Is it the White Sox guy?
Frank Thomas.
Yeah.
Frank Thomas. We pan down to after I think it was the nuclear power plant. Nuclear power plant. Camera pans down underground. You see the corpses of the Tracy Ullman Simpsons.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get the Tracy Ullman shorts.
Yes,
That needs to be one of our Patreon episodes now, thinking about it.
absolutely. I know that they're all compiled with varying quality on the YouTube, but they should really put those on a box set DVD or something.
I swear I think I've seen a DVD. It could be like a bootleg, but I think you could get them. And be interesting to see if you can... I don't know who has the rights to Tracy Ullman. I'm assuming Tracy. Or, the production company. But just to have the shorts available on Disney Plus would be great.
But keep Bart away from them because they'll eat them.
So there's like Mr. Burns as the Pale Man and Mr. Smithers as a fairy. That's from Pan's Labyrinth, right?
Yes.
I never saw that. That's a Del Toro movie, but did you ever see Pan's Labyrinth?
I saw it last year for the first time, and it is a lot of fun. It's like, as you probably understand, it's like a fairy tale, but it's like also a horror movie. So, and it also has like a lot of political statements and stuff. It's really good. It's a very stunning film. It's very depressing, but it's good.
I'll watch it sometime, Steve. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I know I'm going to like it, and I like Del Toro. I just, sometimes just those kind of movies, it always looked like homework for me.
Totally understand that. No, yeah, I get that. I get it.
I don't like people with eyeballs on their hands. That's just it.
That offends me.
I only like balls in hands, not eyeballs in hands.
Of course. And then we finally get to a couch gag, and so Bart and Lisa are normal. However, Maggie is still holding the steering wheel from the Hitchcock parody, and Marge is still a large blue mantis, and Homer is now a zombie from the film The Devil's Backbone. So Lisa's sucked into a hole in the couch, and she falls through into an Alice in Wonderland-style portal as Alice before landing on a toadstool, and then she sees the Hypnotoad, Futurama, and then she calms down. And then we go back to Pan's Labyrinth, where she is the main character, Ophelia, and then Homer and Marge, with Maggie, sit high on their thrones as king and queen, and Bart, as the fawn, bows to Lisa, and then the camera pans up to show the television with the title and the credits, and there's still some fairies flying into it, and they're shocked to death. Woohoo! We did it.
I mean, we didn't really do it. We just were reminiscing about it. Can we just finally begin the story as it is?
Yes.
Of the scary tales. We're going to start the very first scary tale, and it's called Oh, the Places You'll Do. In a Dr. Seussian fable, Lisa narrates in rhyme that it was Halloween night, and the kids were door-to-dooring, and all over town blood sugar was soaring.
So the people of Springfield are redesigned in the style of Dr. Seuss, and the kids are receiving tricks and treats from their neighbors, such as Willie, who is offering ladles full of scutterbotch to the local children. As we see Nelson taking candy from Milhouse and Mechanical Arms breaking his glasses, and of course Milhouse is dressed as a classic wizard with the Starfield cloak, we soon learn that the Simpsons children are also dealing with an unfortunate fate.
But the Simpson abode was deep down in the dumps, because from little to bigger, the kids had the mumps.
Now I'm off to a party. My outfit is chic. It's a Catwoman costume I'm sure is unique.
Wait a second, it's Halloween?
Just rest on the sofa. I'll be home by 10.
We have some candy.
Just one M&M.
Then we heard a loud crash. We were tempted to scat. And we looked and we saw him. The Fat in the Hat!
I'll save Halloween for you three grumpy tots. Just stick out your rumps for some mump-stumping shots. Now hop on my cycle, there's nothing to fear, and we shall have candy, and maybe some beer. Huh? You should not be here when their mother's away. And you should be dead, you're so wrinkled and gray.
Okay, so if Homer's playing the Cat in the Hat, who's the parents to Bart and Lisa and Maggie?
Well, I believe in the original Cat in the Hat, we never see Daddy or the father figure. And actually, we never see the mother figure. It's just we see her from the bottom down, like Nanny and the Muppet Babies.
Well, that's what they did, yeah.
And they're faithful to this because we see Marge dressed as Catwoman because, of course, The Dark Knight Rises came out in 2012, a year before. But we never see her face in this segment, so it's fitting.
The suit on her, it really was.
Yes, almost as fitting as comic book guys.
That year of The Dark Knight, not Rises, but got so many Jokers.
Mm-hmm. Makes me think of that Office episode.
Yeah. We should really talk about The Office, Steve.
Yeah, we should be a couple of Office laddies. The kids as Susie and kids. I love the animation in this because it is very, like, faithful to all the weird Dr. Seuss stuff. But them with the mumps just makes me feel bad for them because it looks so painful.
So what the hell are mumps? And why do you always have to have, like, a rag around your chin and head?
I don't know. It's a disease that I thought was kind of like we were done with. But, these days, who knows?
Oh, it's coming back?
They're all coming back. It's a viral condition. It's a swelling of the salivary glands. And so it lasts for about a week or two. And yeah. Ooh. So it's like fever, headache, muscle aches, tiredness, and loss of appetite, and swelling. And I think the tie around the face is to like reduce the swelling.
Ah, you got the mumps. I don't think I ever had the mumps.
Yeah, I didn't either. But
Abe threatens to give the Fat in the Hat a piece of his mind, but then his train of thought leaves the station. So a boxing glove from Homer's umbrella knocks Grandpa out, and then Homer declares the mix-up will be solved quickly with the little helpers under his hat. And sadly, when he lifts that hat, those tiny assistants are dead. He recalls failing to feed or take care of the minuscule versions of himself, and then sets them aflame with the help of a can of kaboomaline.
So as Homer and the kids leave the house, they're greeted by the Borax, a spoof of the environmentally conscious Lorax, who speaks for the woods, that is, until he is plastered his likeness on consumer goods. His selling out, of course, is a reference to the 2012 animated Lorax, featuring Danny DeVito, Zac Efron, and Taylor Swift, that had a real gross cross-campaign with the Mazda CX-5 compact SUV.
That's so funny. I remember that.
Yeah.
Just the idea about not ruining the environment, and yet here it is.
It's not even a hybrid. Like,
I know. I never saw that version.
No, it looked pretty gross.
Yeah. The car or the movie?
Yes.
So the Fat in the Hat with Bart, Lisa, and Maggie in tow rides through Springfield, destroying various Dr. Seuss adjacent IPs such as Yertle the Turtle and Ned, the Cross-Bellied Sneetch. As he does this, of course, sings about the chaos of the Fat in the Hat, adding that you may see his name on an Amber Alert.
Kind of frightening. So they arrive at the Burns mansion to trick-or-treat, and Monty, as a buzzard, answers, telling them not to pester the rich. So while Smithers adds to the massive pile of chump change, Burns declares that he doesn't hand out candy, calling Homer a son of a Grinch. Homer gets his revenge, as described by Bart, and then they take a trip to Moe's.
He pulled out bamboozlers and sidewinding whistles. He laughed as he heard that old codger's house sizzles.
Let this be a lesson to those who love cash, that your nice stash of cash could be gone in a flash. And if you are awful and nasty and cruel...
Enough with the lessons. This isn't a school.
Once a year, we are not hungry, thanks to Christian charity.
I don't got no candy, I only serve beer. And who said that you could bring minors in here?
Your peanuts are poured through, your beer smells like skunk, and you just pissed off the wrong fat furry drunk.
Hey, this is supposed to be a children's story.
Go grab all his money and vodka and gin, and I'll knit a nice Nord from his leathery skin.
Say, Mr. Hat, I don't mean to complain, but you promised us candy, not mayhem and pain.
I love that song about, people not going hungry for one night a year thanks to Christian charity. Because it just goes to show you how bullshit it is to, this is me being cynical, but, helping a charity on, Thanksgiving or Christmas is good. Don't get me wrong. But, it's one night, and I don't know. It just feels half-assed and just basically a pat on your own back to be I'm a good person.
Yeah, Christian Charity is my stripper name. It's like the end of Scrooge, remember? When Bill Murray is all it doesn't have to be one night a year. Do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We really should have listened to Bill Murray at the end of Scrooge.
We should always listen to Bill Murray, unless he's being a creep.
Yeah, that's fine. Everyone's a creep in Hollywood.
We're learning that, yes. In that Moe's, there's lots of other fun things, like the pool table playing itself and the pants walking from the bathroom. But what I really like is that there are green eggs and ham in jars, because, we always have Moe with the pickled eggs. So green eggs and ham, nice touch.
Have you ever made green eggs and ham?
No.
I'm laughing because I have. I just remember one time I'm making scrambled eggs, fuck it. I threw in some green dye and I made green eggs and ham.
Was it worth it? Did it taste Sicilian and delicious?
Yeah, sure. It was food dye. You know.
Yeah. I like it.
It's fun to make wacky food.
Mm-hmm.
And this was before I had a kid, so.
Right, it was all for you. You're probably 37.
Remember when Heinz ketchup, I think it's for the Shrek movies, right? Had purple and green ketchup.
I don't even think that was a movie tie-in. I think that was just to be wacky.
But they also didn't taste right.
You're completely right. It tasted off because ketchup shouldn't be green or purple.
Yeah. What fun we had back then.
Now, RFK Jr. wants to take all their food dyes away.
I mean, he's not wrong for that part.
For most parts, I think.
This has really turned into a men's health podcast, isn't it?
I mean, isn't that all podcast eventually?
Steve, we should just go hardcore conspiracy theorist now.
The frogs are making us gay.
Steve, Epstein lives is all I'm going to say. All right.
Okay. Well, after a moment of thought, the Fat in the Hat has an idea. He takes the kids to the overpriced Quickie Mart and points a gun at Apu. Not wanting any trouble, Apu offers Jims that are slim and gums of the bubble. Homer tells Apu that he won't shoot him now because he thought of something crueler. An afternoon off with 8 kids and Majula.
I really love the violence in this.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
The whole episode is so violent.
How they turned the Cat in the Hat into this violent vigilante.
Well, it's funny because there is a theory, one of those dumb fan theories from the internet, that the Cat in the Hat, Mary Poppins, and Pennywise the Clown from It are all the same being.
Okay.
So the Cat in the Hat is just this cosmic, ancient being that thrives off of kids' enjoyment, I guess. So,
I get that. That makes sense.
Also nice to see Apu again.
Mm-hmm.
With the Quickie Mart closed for a family time and Apu screaming in agony, Homer then goes to the Department of Motor Vehicles, where he kills Patty and Selma and hands out license plates willy-nilly. Donning a Guy Fawkes mask, he then blows up Town Hall as a statement against the new ban on slooper-sized sodas.
You know, when I was a kid and I heard about Guy Fawkes Day, I thought it was a promotion for male-centric viewing for the Fox network. I literally did. I thought Guy Fawkes Day. I thought they were going to show episodes of Married with Children, maybe some sports, maybe sports bloopers or whatever. And I learned what it was, and I was like, oh, that's much cooler. Anyway.
Did you ever have a No Ma'am t-shirt from
I didn't.
Married with Children? No.
Now I kind of wish I did.
It's a good Halloween costume. You and your wife should dress up as Peg and Al Bundy.
Meh, I don't want to.
That's perfect.
Thank you. So actually we should probably, dress as another Ed O'Neill character because of my wife and her being.
Oh, right.
Right,
Modern Family. Okay.
Right. Anyway, and we have to adopt an annoying child.
So me.
Yeah, you can be Manny.
Well, they weren't adopted. That's actually...
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Is Modern Family still on?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Laura always says that the protagonist, Phil, looks like a skeleton, and now I can't not see that.
Hey, how dare she talk about a fellow Oregonian?
That's right. Portland pride. Anyway, continuing his questionable political statements, Homer frees all of the creatures in the zoo for the animally insane, and then commits aggravated flufflecide. And then we watch him hurl a spear through Ralph's chest, and then the kids know that they need to get away, and they know just how to do it.
We had to escape from this beheaded mammal.
So we hitched us a ride on a 3-hump gumbamel. A gumbamel's a camel, but faster and humbler. It doesn't take tips, and it's never a grumbler. So if you must leave in a kind of a scramble, then jump on the hump of a humble gumbamel.
But if the gumbamel should ramble and stumble, then just hop atop a crustiferous crumble. But then if that crumble should happen to tumble, just call your amigo the bee man a bumble.
Ay, ay, ay!
We thought we'd escaped from our psychotic guide, but when we got home, he was waiting inside!
I'm staying forever. You're all stuck with that, 'cause I'm your new daddy, the fat in the... Ah! I'm frightened of nothing, not even hellfires. Just don't let me ever be played by Mike Myers.
Now please do not worry, because we did okay. Yes, kids will get candy, whatever you say.
So Maggie murdered the dad.
Exactly.
Maggie as a murderer is always good.
Yeah, I like that. Also, a nice little cameo from Sideshow Bob there. Really good reading from Yeardley and Nancy. It's got to be hard to read all those Seuss nonsense words.
I was going to ask you to recite their lines for us, but you didn't write it down for the script.
I know, I forgot. Have you ever seen the Mike Myers Cat in the Hat?
No.
I love it.
Really?
It is madness, and the best way possible. I know it's not good, but he just chews the scenery so well, and it's such like a fever dream nightmare. I don't know, like it's a great dad movie that I recommend. That if you like drugs, you should watch it while doing those drugs.
I was literally going to ask, like, should I be high for this? Yeah, it's probably on what, Disney?
Maybe, yeah, could be.
I'm sure it's somewhere. I'll just go to my local thrift store and find a DVD copy.
I'm sure you can. Yes,
it's because this is coming off of the success of because it's still Ron Howard, right? It's a Grazer and Howard production. Because of the success of The Grinch they did with Jim Carrey.
Mm-hmm. And it is on Netflix. It's on Netflix. Yeah. It has a 4.2 out of 10 stars.
I don't support the Netflix.
Neither do I, but there are ways around that.
Ah, yes. What is it?
Legal streaming.
Okay.
Legitimate websites.
So as we learn that the Fat in the Hat will return in The Fat in the Hat pledges a frat, we move on to our second scary story, the wholly original Dead and Shoulders. So high in the sky, a box kite with the skull and crossbones soars, causing a large plane to divert its path. And down below, Bart laughs as Milhouse wonders about the dangers of flying a kite so close to an airport. And Bart feels that it's just a risk one takes flying on an Airbus.
So a fighter jet leaves the tarmac, and the co-pilot warns of a kite at 2 o'clock. This warning is meaningless to the actual pilot, who actually wears a digital watch. So the kite causes problems for the other jets as well, with 2 pilots ejecting from their cockpit, only to land in each other's planes. One flyboy notes that his wife's picture is adorning the other pilot's control screen, ending his transmission with the usual "over," and the red pilot, now flying the blue plane, responds with "homina, homina, homina." Over.
I'm very disappointed that wasn't a clip because it was the funniest thing.
I know.
I just love the hamina, over. The line reading was so well done.
It was really done. It was really well done. It was only because it would have been like a 4-second clip, but
well, you know what? Maybe I'll just insert it right here.
What's my wife's picture doing on your control screen? Over.
Homina, homina, homina.
Over.
See, I did it, Steve, and you don't even know about it because it'll be done in post.
I like post.
No, you like General Mills.
I serve under General Mills and a good Captain Crunch.
So Bart continues to fly his kite day in and day out. Milhouse sits by his side until he sniffs a flower, causing his face to swell due to an allergic reaction. And then he's hauled off in an ambulance. And Bart is left alone as night falls. He's getting a bit sleepy, but looking around, Bart discovers that there's no place to tie his kite. And he also forgot his scarf. It's just like the stupidest, funniest thing in my mind right now is this scene.
Yeah.
Like, Bart is flying a kite this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It's so dumb.
It really is.
But, like, in a good way.
Yeah, I love it. Because thinking quickly, Bart solves two problems at once, wrapping the string from the kite around his neck. And then he falls asleep, unaware of the Channel 6 newscopter quickly approaching. Artie Pie, in the air, reports on what he sees. A 12-car pileup, a naked rooftop cookout, and, oh my god, a box kite.
So the kite's string wraps around the landing skit, and down below, Bart's head is just cut off clean from his body. I also have to say, anytime the Simpsons, like, decapitate, it's just so funny. I don't know.
It is. It's hilarious.
So he remarks that at least his view of the night sky is lovely, but then lands on his face. So he wakes up, happy to be alive, all patched, and a story, or so he thinks. Lisa tells him there's a bit more to that story because his head has been sewn onto her body.
I am sorry. This was the only way to lengthen Bart's life for a year while shortening yours by 30.
I thought I was donating blood.
You are, along with lymph, spinal fluid, and all the trimmings. But Lisa, your brain is still in complete control.
I could do what I want to Bart's head?
Aw, jeez. Strangle me out of this, fatso.
Well, you little... I'll teach you to make medical history! Oops.
I love Lisa fucking with Bart's hair to make him spikes like her hair.
Have you ever, besides this, of course, we've seen the idea of with heads sewn on it, If Only I Had a Brain segment of Treehouse of 2. It was also used in a future episode, Put Your Head on My Shoulders. But have you ever seen the movie The Thing with Two Heads from 1972? It's got Ray Milland and Rosie Greer.
Rosie, really?
Yeah. I have never seen this movie. It's one that, like, I've heard about. Here's the overview. When a racist wakes up a head transplant, he learns that his head had been transplanted onto the body of a black convict.
Wow.
I almost want to watch this for a Patreon episode.
Maybe we should at some point, because, yeah, it sounds like fun. I'm just looking at the posters of it, and yeah, it looks great. American science fiction blaxploitation comedy. It's a lot of adjectives for a movie.
We might have to put that on our spank bank.
Because it's such a naughty movie that we'll spank it. So Homer strangles Bart's head off of Felicia's shoulders, but uses a piece of gum to reattach it. But the head's on backwards, so Homer snaps it back into place. And then once they're back at home, Bart reluctantly joins Lisa and Malibu Stacy for a tea party, while Homer turns Bart's bedroom into a man cave full of Duff memorabilia, a stationary snowmobile on cinder blocks, and a foosball table mounted sideways on the wall. So Homer slams the door to his new den of masculinity, revealing a sign that says no girls, followed by a second sign that says, or boys attached to girls.
So at Springfield Elementary School, Principal Skinner assures Marge that they spared no effort to accommodate the Bart-Lisa hybrid. To prove this point, we see Willie paint a circle to the left of the women's restroom sign, representing Bart's head.
So in Miss Hoover's class, Lisa is able to use her new appendage to her advantage, revealing Bart's head sewn onto her body for show and tell. Bart tries to do the same, but Miss Hoover calls it repetitive and derivative, and gives him an F-. So Bart knocks his head against Lisa, so Hoover sticks a globe between the two kids, and then they both use their tongues to rotate the globe in opposite directions, which really steps on the toes of Ralph, whose presentation was going to be Licking the Globe by Ralph. So, hoping to find some peace, Bart and Lisa are sent to therapy.
Bart, Lisa, I'm afraid you two are going to be together for a long time.
Why don't you try to say something good about each other?
Well, she's pretty healthy for someone who's been living with cooties.
Bart, aren't Lisa's ears clean?
Yeah, it's like looking down a Canadian tunnel.
What else?
Well, now I always have someone to eat lunch with.
Great! That's as much therapy as your parents can afford. I think we've made some progress here.
Great. Oh, and I have this 2 heads for 1 coupon.
Well, that's for lettuce.
How about this one? 1 random disorder free with every schizophrenia.
That's mine, but it's expired.
Oh!
I just wonder, like, the logistics of, like, bathroom time, you know?
Mm-hmm. I mean, since Lisa's in control, if I were Bart, I would just close my eyes, put on some headphones, and just let it happen.
I'm not going to be, like, graphic. I know that's where you think I'm going to go. But, like, eating-wise,
Mm-hmm.
Bart eats meat. And, like, is Lisa going to be mad if, like, he eats a hamburger or can't? Like, he probably can't, right? Because,
Yeah.
she's in control, as we know. But if she's asleep, I'm not there yet. But, like, does Lisa just eat? And, like, I know this is, there's people out there with 2 heads. Like, how does that work? Like, can one person just eat and, like, you get the nutrients, right? Because they share this circulatory system. So I assume that he doesn't have to eat anymore.
That's probably right. I'm a podcaster, not a two-head doctor. Not a doctor with 2 heads, but a doctor of people with 2 heads.
Anyways, Homer, Marge, and Maggie sit and enjoy Lisa joining a jazz band performance of the when the Saints go marching in at a club using Bart's head as a mute. And Homer feels that they should have chopped off his son's head years ago. And as the siblings go to sleep, Bart is surprised to admit that having his head sewn onto his sister's body brought them closer together.
So, once Lisa falls asleep, she dreams of a pony named Rainbow, which really excites her, causing her to toss and turn. So, Bart smacks Lisa with a pillow, and then has a revelation. He smacked Lisa with a pillow. He then uses a Godzilla toy to bite off the head of Malibu Stacy, further proving his free will. When Lisa is asleep, he's in control. So now he can go ham on some burgers, which would probably upset Lisa.
So with a devious laugh, ha ha ha, Bart declares that Lisa will stay asleep. Heading downstairs to put some Nappy sleep aid into Lisa's yogurt, he tosses the yogurt into Lisa's lunch bag, just as Homer mistakes the sleeping pillows for toppings. So he mixes several pills into his own yogurt, then goes to walk away, snacking on the yogurt, and then passing out in front of the opened door to the basement, and, falls down and probably dies.
I love that basement door. They should really just put a lock on that or something. So Lisa stays fast asleep, allowing Bart to tie one end of a rope around her neck and the other to the end of a fire hydrant. He then ties her feet to the bumper of Skinner's car. But unfortunately, Bart's plan hits a speed bump, so he heads to the old sawmill.
You start a car as well as you start a family.
You wait here while I go get the jumper cables.
Oh, a panic attack, huh? Well, I'll give you something to panic about.
Dal just cut off her annoying head, and this body will be all mine. Or we both die. Not really sure what the rules are.
Why, Bart? I thought we were friends.
A brother can never be friends with his sister.
Are you really, really sure?
I'm afraid I am.
Well then, I guess I have no choice.
How could this go wrong?
Because in a head-to-head battle, the one with the most brains wins.
The idea of a sawmill as a place is very funny to me. It's like a cartoon place. It's very like Acme coded.
With like no
staff. It's just running and cutting wood. Nobody cares.
I love what Skinner does when he just gets out of the car. He's like, I'm going to go look for the jumper cables, and just like lies on the street.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, panic, or what is it, panic attack?
Mm-hmm. It just rolls up in the fetal position.
I don't know why that made me laugh. I'm not laughing at people with panic attacks. I mean, we all get them.
And also, Agnes's line is, you start a car as well as you start a family, is pretty cold-blooded.
Yeah.
So mean. So, after visiting Springfield's finest double-cut sawmill, both Bart and Lisa find their heads detached from Lisa's body. But Bart opens his eyes expecting an improved situation, but has a rude awakening when he learns that he is now attached to Selma's body. She sees this as an opportunity to sing more karaoke duets, such as the Inez and Charles Fox classic Mockingbird, made famous in Dumb and Dumber.
Ing.
Yeah.
Bird.
Yeah.
Lisa is empathetic to Bart's troubles, as she is now connected to Krusty, who asks that she memorize 10,000 setups from the book Setups for All Occasions by I Am Funny. Jesus.
Dumb.
We then learn that Dr. Nick's head is sharing Hibbert's body, and he is happy to finally witness a successful post-op. Is it weird that, like, Bart doesn't get to have Krusty's body?
Yeah, if we're just talking logic, like, wouldn't it make sense for Patty to get Lisa if Bart got Selma? And what happened with Dr. Nick? So many questions. But that's a lot of fun. So we then go to our final frightening fable, Freaks, No Geeks, which begins in the sepia-tone 30s, where Burnsum and Bailey Circus has set up its big top. Burnsum, played by Burns, invites the crowd to step right up for a mere 2 bits. The bullies try to cheat the system by sneaking under the tent, but are met with both karma and a lion, which gobbles them up. So with a loudspeaker in his hand, Burns begins his spiel, but's cut short when Smithers tries to put a top hat on him, nearly crushing him to death.
We are then introduced to the high-flying Marge, flying through the air as a trapeze artist. So she leaps into the arms of another tumbler and then flips through a flaming hoop. Marge then uses her flaming beehive to light a cannon which fires a man into the air. The crowd cheers, and Monty shows off his other attractions.
Laugh at the clown's buffoonery.
Seriously, folks, I really think we should stop this Hitler guy.
Disbelieve as the strong man pulls a wagon with his bare tongue.
This is a song that you hear at the circus, sung by a guy that you see at the circus.
Or gape in terror at Almighty God's whoopsie-daisies, the Freaks. The human donkey.
Hee-haw!
The terrifying callback.
Mark!
Yeah.
Ing!
Yeah.
Creatures from another galaxy.
Actually, it's more of a globular cluster.
Not the dark, not the dark! Ah!
And now, I must ask that small children leave, good women avert their eyes, and men take a stiff slug of circus whiskey. Behold, the most hideous creature of all.
How you doing? So, anyone here from New Jersey? I'm going there next week.
The terrifying callback is one of my favorite bits, I think.
Yeah.
the mocking bird song.
Mm-hmm. Also, Krusty warning about the Nazis.
I know they play the joke of Moe's a freak, but the fact that he's just Moe, like nothing's freakish about him.
And speaking of freaks, this, of course, is all a parody of the 1932 film Freaks, which has a famous line, which we'll get to momentarily. But also, how popular would Homer be with the ladies with his little strongman skill?
And other people.
It's true.
Have you ever seen Freaks?
I have not. I've seen, like, the scene.
I just clicked on the wiki for it. It's a 32 film, and even the poster is problematic. It says, "Can a full-grown woman truly love a midget?"
Yeah, it's, I think, from what I know, it's kind of following this plot, but it's before the movie code, rating and everything happened, so it was pretty much fair game for movies to do whatever they wanted, and yeah, I'm sure it's pretty offensive. I mostly know it from, I Don't Want to Be, from the Ramones.
Yeah.
Gabba Gabba, We Accept You. That's one of us. Yeah, Pinhead.
Yeah, because this, also exploited a lot of quote-unquote freaks, or the people that, and, they probably, well, I'm assuming weren't compensated.
No, not fairly, and yeah, it's pretty gross. One fun bit of trivia, the circus song that Homer sings, da 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 da, that is actually historically a battle song that armies would play going into battle, and it used to be like this frightening song that they would strike fear into the hearts of other soldiers. But then Barnum and Bailey stole it and played it for the circus and totally changed what we know it to be. And I just always think that's fascinating.
Yeah, it's literally called Entry of the Gladiators. And it's yeah. But we think, I can't think of that as like a war crime.
Right.
As a war call.
Right, it's just like,
Dun, 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 dun,
oh
like,
no, there's going to be clowns.
which is scarier than guns.
Yes, but clowns with guns.
Is that a movie?
It should be. It's probably by the Troma Corporation.
Yeah. Behind the scenes, Barney, who is just a head and torso, struggles to make gingerbread cookies without the use of limbs. So Mo confronts him, saying that even a human snail would be done with the baking at this point. And then behind him, comic book guy is a human snail. And he complains about the slow stereotype and then just slithers away, moving mere centimeters, literally at a snail's pace.
It's so cool to have them have Barney make cookies.
Yes.
With arms and legs. Like, it's
right.
It's even more cruel to have them make gingerbread man cookies. Like, they can make any other cookie. Anyway, Burns yells at the freaks, telling them to get their flippers flapping and their stumps a-stumping because Joe and Jane Normal expect some entertainment for their nickel. But Marge takes offense at their boss's treatment of these unique individuals.
Mr. Burnsum, you should treat these poor people with respect.
Marge, get away from those freaks. You belong to me, the dumb, hairless brute.
Well, you are the best the circus has to offer.
Oh, taste the strength of your fiancé.
With the mighty tongue God's given you, why can't you speak kindly of these imperfect angels?
Marge, they knew what they were getting into when their parents sold them to the circus.
Enough! You will comport yourself with the dignity expected of a traveling freak show.
Excuse me, ma'am, but I ain't never seen a normal stand up for us.
I, too, am a freak. One eye is blue and the other a pale brown.
I wouldn't want to be you, lady.
Never give up hope, my friends.
Weirdo.
So creepy. One eye color is different than the other.
Okay, David Bowie, what are you doing?
Go back to Freaksylvania.
I think it's called Pennsylvania.
Oh, sorry. I just love Raphael at the end there.
Yeah. I like to call him Half-IL.
Oh, because he's half, he's got half of a body. You're right, I get it.
So after Marge smooches Mo on the cheek, here Mark said of all the kisses he's ever gotten in his life, that was the first. Then Pinhead Letty suggests that Mo ask Marge out, and Mo argues that Marge is sweet on strongman Homer. Carl, also a Pinhead, says that Mo will be fine as long as Rabbit Ears doesn't hear and then doesn't tell Big Mouth. No, not Nick Kroll. We then see a man with rabbit ears whisper something to a dapper man in a bow tie. Hearing this salacious secret, the man opens his mouth very wide, letting out a large, "What?" I love that scene. It feels very Futurama-y for some reason, but it's just so silly.
It's, yeah, and also much like the hamana over joke, like just two solid, like, wacky jokes. So Mo doesn't think he has a chance with Marge since a strongman, Homer, makes $10 a week as well as all the sawdust he can eat. Careful, it could have parts of Lisa and Bart in that sawdust. Lenny points out that Mo has an emerald ring, which he wears around his neck to remind him of his mother, and one very busy day she once had.
My mother's ring. She gave it to me on a deathbed. She also acquired it on a deathbed. That was a very busy deathbed.
With an emerald that big, I could buy anything. A jalopy, an icebox, a steamer trunk full of fedoras. But how do I get my hands on it? Oh, I'm an idiot. Of course. I get Marge to marry Mo, then I kill Mo, then she gets the ring, then I marry her, and the ring is mine. And the brilliance of my plan is its simplicity. You're gonna be sorry you said that. You're gonna be sorry you said that. I just lost my keys. What do you know? I am gathering moss.
I like that joke a lot, too. I am gathering moss because, a Rolling Stone gathers snow moss.
Huh. I don't think I ever seen a Rolling Stone gather moss. You're correct.
I mean, I haven't looked at Keith Richards since a couple weeks ago, but...
I love Homer's simplistic plan.
Yes. Have his love, marry him, and then, yeah. I also like that Homer is the villain in two of these stories. It's It's a nice twist.
Yeah, he's a real scuzzo in this segment.
Indeed. So Homer pays a visit to Marge in her trailer, asking if she would want to marry Moe. And Marge reminds Homer of their prior love and of their engagement. But Homer tells her that the poor lonely fellow is going to die soon. Marge asks how he's going to pass, but Homer tells her that he'll worry about that. For now, she could make Moe's last day a happy one. And he adds that the ring is just icing on the cake. Marge wonders to what ring he's referring to, and Homer replies that it's a ring that will take him to a far better circus and away from this crappy one.
So Homer is eager for Moe and Marge to wed, and Marge worries about him being jealous, but he tells her to perish the thought, adding that she taught him to have compassion for those disgustos. Marge and Moe join the Freaks for a meal where they sing in solemn rendition of Super Freak, the traditional tune sung for marriage. Now that they are married, Marge hopes that whatever short time they have together will be grand, and Homer laughs, saying that it will indeed be a very small time, a statement that Moe finds to be odd.
But Moe dismisses the threats of his bride's former lover, instead opting for a toast where he says that Marge is one of us. And his fellow freaks join him, chanting, "One of us, goobly-goo, one of us, goobly-goo." And this leads Burns to wonder aloud why company parties always get so weird.
Seeing Marge be standing in her peignoir, it's a lightweight, loose-fitting, and often sheer dressing gown or robe, Moe decides to freshen himself up with the help of the jumbo elephant, using his trunk as a shower. Just then, Homer sneaks into the trailer and pours poison into one champagne flute. Marge catches him in the act, but he has perfectly reasonable explanation.
What are you doing?
Oh, trying to kill Moe so we'll get his emerald. By the way, I haven't checked, but emeralds are valuable, right?
Strong man. Moe may be ugly on the outside, but inside, you are the true monster. Leave my trailer forever.
You're rejecting me? But I'm in the best shape anyone is in the 1930s.
I said go.
One of us, Google-goo. One of us, Google-goo.
What the hell does Google-goo mean?
We don't know. Google-goo. We don't know. Google-goo.
You killed Burnsum. Now who is going to say step right up?
Google-goo. Google-goo.
Tar and feather him. Tear off his drumsticks. Make him one of us.
One of us. One
This
of
is
us.
exactly why circus attendance is plummeting. And that, kids, is How I Met Your Mother.
A little cameo from Maya. Not a little cameo from Maya. A cameo from Maya.
Yeah, I saw it there. I'm like, hey, that's Maya. Little does she know that she'll be married to Moe and never discussed again.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just, again, I've never seen Freaks, so I'm not sure, like, how the movies actually played out, but, like, I felt like the poison champagne was supposed to be the Chekhov's gun, and, like, Marge was going to accidentally drink it, even though she saw poison put in. I don't know.
Yeah, that's possible, because I do think that, like, Moe is, like, probably the little person in Freaks who is trying to marry the quote-unquote normie, and yeah, the strongman being the bad guy. But also pretty brutal, just hang Burnsum.
Yeah, I mean, he's exploiting people, so he's
Yeah,
fine.
that's true, yeah.
You can kill him all you want.
That's right.
But, like, just the abrupt ending, too. a whole, like, How I Met Your Mother joke.
Yes. So, as the theme to How I Met Your Mother plays, we see Homer get tarred and feathered, and then featured as the world's strongest duck. And then we get a headline from the Boston Bugle that says, "World's Strongest Duck Wows President," as a photo shows Homer balancing a woman in a chair on his head, which really impresses FDR. And then Hollywood Variety reports Duck nabs Pick Prize, and we see Homer win an Oscar. And then we get another headline that says, "Duck leads troops at Omaha Beach," and then "Duck dies." The subheadline, "Babe Ruth dies also," and then the sub-headline, "Stalin dies too." And that's our episode.
Man, the editors of that paper, really horrible.
Yeah. I mean, Babe Ruth is a very important name in baseball. He should get top billing. Although I guess he would get top billing being a duck, and all ducks have bills.
And all ducks go to heaven.
That's right. Which is why we're going to watch Howard the Duck soon.
Let's stop trying to make us watch Howard the Duck for Patreon, Steve.
Okay, we'll make it a main feed episode.
In fact, you just want to stop the Simpsons podcast and just do a Howard the Duck podcast.
Yeah, like the Star Wars Minute, but the Howard the Duck Minute. Every minute, a new one.
Let's get it done. All right. Well, Steve, I am going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and wrap up this spooktacular episode. How about that?
Sounds great.
We'll be right back. And we're back. All right, Steve, let's wrap up Treehouse of Horror 24. We'll rank our segments. We'll review this episode. We'll find out what we're watching next week. But like all episodes of this podcast, we like to find little trinkets throughout the episode that would be wonderful gifts to our co-hosts. This is the reward that you get at the end of the episode for doing this podcast, Steve. That's why we do presents, right?
Yes, a little prize.
Yeah, this is our payment plan. What a dumb thing I just said. All right, Steve. Usually I find something from each segment as a present, and this is pretty much what I'm going to do. Even though are we considering the title sequence segment is almost 3 minutes long, I know it's not actually, but it was just well done by Guillermo del Toro. So I'm going to get you Mr. Burns' Pan Labyrinth Eyeball.
Oh, thank you.
From the main segments, though, you got a lot of Cat in the Hat stuff, and I thought it's very funny that it's a Cat in the Hat parody and everyone's dressed up like as Catwoman.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to memorabilia.com and got you a screen-used Catwoman costume. That's right. It's your favorite Catwoman. No, Steve, I didn't get you Anne Hathaway's or Zoe Kravitz or Michelle Pfeiffer's or Eartha Kitt's or Julie Newmar's or who was the other one?
So long thanks for everything, Billy Dumar.
Julie Newmar, Eartha Kitt. Oh, Lorraine Newman. No, really.
Lorraine Newman. Catwoman.
I'm trying to use my brain. It's not working.
Lee Merriweather.
Lee Merriweather. I always forget about Lee Merriweather because I was an Eartha Kitt guy myself.
Oh, yeah.
So none of those, Steve. I got you everyone's favorite Catwoman, Halle Berry's costume.
The real Catwoman.
You can wear her costume just around the house. And since you never had it before, I'm getting you the mumps.
Thank you.
Here's a rag you could tie around your head when you do it. Here's some green eggs and ham. And that's going to do for that episode. Segment, I mean. And then for the second segment, you do need a box kite. And hold on. Can we switch seats real quick?
Sure.
That's what. Hey, why do you have a picture of my wife on your computer? Over.
Hamina. Over.
And then I'm also going to chop your head off and put it on. Well, you do have a sister, but I don't want to do that because then I have to drive to wherever she lives. I'm just going to cut your head off.
Okay.
And for the last segment, I got us some champagne, and here's your glass.
Ooh, so sounds great.
Enjoy it. Wait, how can you drink that champagne with no body? Because I chopped her head off. I guess that's going to do it for me.
Okay.
So I just killed you a couple times.
Thank you, Craig. So I got you. Thank you for those. Those are lovely gifts. And I got you some stuff as well. From the intro, I got you a Blade costume with a mustache in your pocket, but you probably shouldn't wear it. And then I'm going to go a little backwards. So from the Freaks one, I got you Homer's tongue to do with whatever you will. Some of Barney's lovely cookies and a peignoir so you can look lovely. Ooh la la. From the middle segment, the head segment, I got you some napkins so you can get some sleep. Just put it in your yogurt. You'll be good to go. And a man cave full of some Duff memorabilia, a foosball to hang on the table, or on the wall rather, and a snowmobile that is on cinder blocks. And then from the first segment, I got you a gun so you can hold up the Quickie Mart. But if, that doesn't work out, you might need to make a quick getaway. So I got you a 3-hump gumpumble. But should that 3-hump gumpumble ramble and then stumble, just hop on top a Christopherus Crumbumble. And if that Crumbumble should get its head cut off, then you can just go on a B-Man of Bumble.
Congratulations, you did it.
I tried, and I stumbled. And I fumbled, but I got some clothes on the writers that are tumble, so I'm going to stop talking now.
You and Bart and Gumble.
Yes.
Is that all the presents I get?
I gave you a tongue, a cookie, a dress, a whole man cave, sleeping pills, a gun, a Blade outfit, and 3 fictional fictional beasts. What more do you want? I'll also give you some borax material, memorabilia from the movie.
I want airplanes.
Okay.
And helicopters.
All right.
All right, Steve. Let's do this. Just give me the order you like them and your jokes.
Okay.
How about that? That's your review. Tell me what you thought of this episode.
I think I would go this order. Freaks number 3, Dr. Seuss number 2, Heads number 1 as the best.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So in order.
Right. Building up.
So you like 1, 2, and 3 in that order?
No, I go 3, 1, 2.
Oh, 3, 1, 2. Okay.
Yeah. Heads being my favorite.
Okay.
But they're all really solid.
I'm so confused. So the third one's your favorite segment?
No, it's my least favorite.
Okay.
Starting from the bottom, 3 is the bottom. Freaks, No Geeks. Then next best is The Places You'll Go. And then my favorite was Head and Shoulders.
Okay. But if you were to do that, like, from first to worst.
That's no suspense.
Okay, no,
yeah.
it's fine.
Jokes, though. I really like all the freaks in the background is a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun. The sepia tone, and I really love Bunny Ears and Big Mouth. From the Places You'll Go, I love the visuals, and I love just how evil Homer is. And then from the Head and Shoulders, the pilots, and just the goofiness of the box kite, all of that, and just rehashing the whole concept, putting some head on shoulders. They refreshed this idea, and I think that was really good. But what about you, Craig?
Besides, of course, loving the Guillermo del Toro opening, I think I'm going to agree with you. I think Freaks was my least favorite. I think it almost felt too rushed, because I sometimes don't like those, like, just ending it with, like, and that's how I Met Your Mother, like, joke. I don't know.
Still a better ending than How I Met Your Mother.
True. Again, I'm not saying, like, I hated that. And
no.
They ended it, and I guess with, like, the newspapers at the end, that is pretty funny. So, but the darkness of it, again, not having seen Freaks, and if I had seen Freaks, I think maybe I'd appreciate it more. Just like the references to, like, I love the jokes, though, of like you said, the Bunny Ears and Big Mouth guy. Very funny. And I don't like Homer, but I do in some instances of that. Like the emerald joke is like, and are emeralds even worth anything? Like questioning himself, knowing that they aren't. So yeah, I think my favorite joke from that segment is your favorite joke too, the Big Mouth and Bunny Ears. The second segment is just dumb and funny. Like the whole kite thing and Bart tying the kite around his neck because he forgot his scarf because he wants to sleep just to plan it. It's just very stupid. Like, I'm almost imagining the writers or people just laughing at how absurd it is. I love, like, Skinner getting on the floor, the ground, and having his panic attack with the sawmill joke at the end. Just solid stuff. That definitely is the best segment for me. And, like, Millhouse, like, almost dying. And the jokes of, like, just getting decapitated, like I said. And the pilot joke is my absolute favorite joke from this episode and that segment. And then the first segment, yeah, probably number 2, but just well done. Like, the animation we discussed, like, how it is very Seussical. The rhyming scheme, like, they really stuck with it. Like, it was throughout the episode. And like, the violence was just really good. There was a scene, though, I forgot to mention, where Bart, at the end of Bart's head and the at the sawmill, when Bart and Lisa's heads get chopped off, my 20-month-old daughter walks in and is watching it, and she starts clapping when their heads get chopped off.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm like, what is up with my daughter?
You got a little Maggie on your hands.
Yeah. She's like, yay, and starts clapping. I don't know if she's clapping because of The Simpsons or just getting decapitated is funny to her. So, yeah, I think I'm the same order with you. I think it goes 2, 1, 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If you had to give us a ranking, Steve, and I suppose you do, what would you rank this episode?
Well, as you mentioned, the film A Thing with Two Heads was the inspiration for, of course, the original season 2 Treehouse of Horror and the Futurama episode and this one. And while it has a 0 on the critics' tomato meter, fans give it a 25%. So out of 25, I'm going to give this a solid 24.
Your regular Kiefer Sutherland.
That's right.
And it's the 24th Treehouse, so you gave it its exact number.
And it's from season 25.
There you go. All right. I will rank this out of Dr. Seuss books. He has 51 published works. Do you remember what his last book was and what year it came out?
No.
I would just assume. Well, I'm assuming. Cause I don't know. I imagine you. Well, I think we're probably done reading Dr. Seuss by then. But came out in 1990, and it was
wow.
The Places You'll Go.
Okay,
and
yeah.
It's that's it's his last book, and like I think he wrote it as like I'm dying. Here's my last book, and it's because it's about life and its changes. So it's a good one.
I feel like it's often read at like graduation commencement speeches, like I think,
or funerals.
Yeah, that works too. Yeah.
No, but yeah, 1990. You're right. It is. You're right. But his very first published work was all the way back to the year 1931. And while this book I don't think is well known because I didn't know it, it's called The Pocket Book of Boners. I need this book in my life. I'm saying that now.
Mm-hmm.
And Steve, don't give me the Timu version of it because it will be penises.
Yeah, of course.
It's boners, but it's a term,
right,
for blunders. But I don't think that one's his biggest
boner.
How about Horton Hears a Who?
Yes.
Yeah, that was his 13th review. Anyways, I consider. What do you consider his greatest book as a child? Which one was your favorite?
Ooh, I like the Star-Bellied Sneetches myself.
I don't think I ever read that one.
It's about diversity. It's like basically that episode of Star Trek where the one people have black face on left and white face on right, and the other people have white face on left and black face on right. It's the same story.
Okay. I was always a fan of Green Eggs and Ham.
Classic.
It is classic. But I give this Yertle the Turtle, this episode. It's a good one.
Yeah, always good.
All right. But not as good as The Pocket Book of Boners. All boners in the book are anonymous.
Well, that's good.
Anyways, yeah, so this is like, I think this is a perfectly fine Treehouse of Horror. Don't remember actually seeing this one.
Mm-hmm.
I know I did, but I feel like this is like maybe the second time I've watched it. When we do Treehouse of Horror marathons during Halloween season, I kind of like start sagging off around like season 16, 17.
Sure.
So to get to 25, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
What I really enjoyed about this, that it's whimsical and goofy, but also incredibly sinister. Like,
yeah,
some Treehouse of Horrors try and be like scary, and this isn't really scary. It's just very brutal. Just the tone of it is a really interesting take on the horror thing, and like to turn Dr. Seuss alone into a horror thing is a really fun and weird idea that I think really plays well.
So yeah, if you guys haven't checked it out, do so. And that's going to do it for our review of Treehouse of Horror 24. But Steve, we do have to go and watch a new episode next week. That's right. No Wheel of Random. Wheel of Random's done pulling his boner on us with making us only watch the second episodes of seasons we haven't watched. So no more Wheel of Random for a couple weeks at least, because we do have new episodes. We went back to our season 37
in a row.
All right. It's episode 14. Steve, what do you think the title is?
Oh, well, Craig, I think, we had a lot of fun with this week's episode. We had a little Dr. Seuss, we had a little two-headed action, and we had some freaks. But maybe some geeks. But maybe not the geeks of Judd Apatow, but maybe some other geeks, like the geeks of the IT crowd. And so I think next week's episode will be Should have thought about this before. I had all week. I didn't.
I love that title.
Yeah, that's it.
Well, unfortunately, that's not the title. It's called Irrational Treasure. What do you think that's about?
I think that Homer is going to kidnap Nicolas Cage to find treasures from his various movies, and they're going to go to like the sets of Raising Arizona and Con Air and all of the Nicolas Cage movies, and they're going to take like Horcruxes from each one of them to build the Super Cage.
Ooh.
And then they'll have all the power of the world. And then they can finally make the Superman movie that Nicolas Cage always wanted to make.
With Tim Burton and Kevin Smith's script?
Exactly. And in the B plot, because Kevin Smith will be a cameo, Lisa and Bart make their own version of Clerks at the Quickie Mart.
I would actually pay money to see that episode. But no, Steve, you are wrong. But it is a parody of National Treasure and Nicolas Cage movie. Marge's crusade to get the family dog in better shape leads to her entering Santa's Little Helper in a canine agility competitions and a trip to the National Dog Show in Philadelphia. There, Marge and Homer suddenly find themselves and the dog mixed up in a historical conspiracy venture worthy of a National Treasure movie. This is what they are calling the 800th episode, even though technically it's the 804th episode. Because we have so many guest stars, Steve. If you're from Philadelphia, you're going to be in this episode because they got boys to men.
Ooh.
More like men to
older men.
Grave. Well, Steve, do you like that bacon? Because we got Kevin.
Ooh.
So finally, 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon is finished with this episode because
That is an excellent point.
If Kevin Bacon's in it, then point to anyone else. Simpsons. Okay. We got Quinta Brunson, creator of Abbott Elementary herself. Taylor Durden.
That's Bryan Cranston's daughter.
Huh, didn't know that. Catherine Lanasa.
Also with Taylor Durden and Noah Wiley, all from The Pit.
Questlove from The Roots. And The Roots will be on it. Noah Wiley again, The Pit. So, big episode. Are you excited for it?
I am. I'm a big fan of The Pit. I like The Roots. And Kevin Bacon is just fine.
What about Quinta Brunson?
I love her too. She's great.
All right. Well, everyone, I'm excited to come back next week and discuss the newest episode. Steve, I want you to tell our listeners that if they want to contact us, just email us at 13simpsons@gmail.com or to visit us on our socials like Instagram or YouTube at 13simpsons. Can you do that?
I will not, but Craig, I want you to tell our listeners about our Patreon, which if you go to patreon.com/AnnoyedGruntBoys, you can sign up for just $5 a month. You get a bonus episode every week. And, well, since I just said that, what are we talking about this week on the Patreon?
Well, we do have a movie lined up because this week is usually a movie, and I'm almost ready to call an audible.
Okay.
I really want to watch The Thing with Two Heads.
I kind of want to as well.
We were going to do our showcase on the actors of The Simpsons and the films they've been in. And we will get to that. We will get to that.
We've got all the time.
But I think The Thing with Two Heads is a movie I've always wanted to watch.
Learning just about what it's about, it fascinates me.
All right. That's it. That's what we're going to watch. I
Awesome.
love it. Okay. It ties in with this week's episode, so why not?
Yeah.
Well, hey, check out our TeePublic site, tpublic.com/user/AnnoyedGruntBoys for some merch. And, Steve, did you tell them to leave a review on Apple Podcasts?
Yes, but don't write a real review. Just tell us what Dr. Seuss world you would live in if you could.
Thanks again for listening, everybody. I've been Annoyed Grunt Boy Craig.
And I've been Annoyed Grunt Boy Steve.
And remember, I am gathering moss.
One of us, goobly goo. One of us, goobly goo.
Now hop on my cycle, there's nothing to fear, and we shall have candy, and maybe some beer.